So when you start this one, trying to compose it on the page, I'm trying to draw a star in perspective, and depending on looking at the photograph or the reference for it, just kind of placing it onto this section. And once you have the base of this drawn, you're trying to elevate it a little bit just to get it some thickness, or go down below it. So I'm just kind of giving it three-dimensional edges to it. And that'll give the idea of the perspective brought in pretty quickly. And it does have the frosting, which is just a section established inside. So if you followed this along with a very mechanical part, at least it would get you the parameters. It's offset a little bit. So as far as the mechanical part is there, but then everything is rounded off, so that's where you have to begin to look at the contour of the illustration. And again, you can zoom into the reference file for yourself to try to get as much detail as you can onto that image, and really try to concentrate on the overall look of this shape. And the same idea, if you use it as an illustration linear part, then everything becomes shaded right after that. So just kind of looking at the contour line, which is the outer edge of it, just for the base, because then the frosting kind of takes over. But these overlapping lines will work with the shading part as well. So that's kind of the base. The thick lines are at the bottom. And then as this frosting goes over the top, keep in mind it's a thick edge to it. And trying to give it the illusion it has kind of like a bevel. It goes up and in. And arches itself, just to get the idea that it's elevated above this piece. And once you have that piece, you can go back, find the linear part, illustrate the shading to it, trying to give it the almost just like the gradient. And then the value or the different color of this frosting will also give you a little bit of an edge to it. Again, always trying to look for the value scale in there as you blend this part out. this case, the red and the color of the cookie are different colors, therefore the value scale is different for each of them. So again, the red is going to give you a darker value than the regular part of the cookie that's there. And the local value is going to be a little bit slightly darker than the color of the paper.